welcome to this episode of Making It Work. We are working on another bedroom floor. When we built the house probably 18 years ago, we put carpet in the bedrooms and did the rest in wood floor. Of course, all of the polyurethane has worn off of the wood floors, and I still just like it, and it was time to get rid of the carpet out of here. I don't know, we were just kind of appalled at the way the carpet looked, like the stains and stuff that were underneath it, where the animals had, peeped on it over the years or whatever. And also, there was like a dirt path from the bedroom door over to the bathroom door. Ugh, that was gross, so gross. But anyway, that's all gone now, and instead of painting the subfloor, we're actually, Tim laid down some 1x6 boards, and I've got primer on it right now, and I've cut in with the dark color. And this is kind of, let's see if you can see this. This right here is kind of the look that we're going for. It's the dark color, and then I dry brushed over top with a lighter color. So we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully it'll turn out good, but I'm just gonna get to painting on this floor. Oh, and I just spent like a long time getting dog hair up off of the floor. Dogs will not be allowed in here until this is done now. Love my dogs, but dang. Oh, I thought it was a dog hair. Not a dog hair. Okay, I've got the gray, the dark gray on the floor. I'll show you that in a minute. And I've got a couple of different sized brushes. Got my light color paint, and there it goes. If this doesn't work, I'll just paint back over it again with the dark gray and leave it as is. But anyway, I'm hoping that this works because I really like the look of that sort of dry brushed look. But here goes. I'll show you the floor. Oh, dark gray, and that's a semi-gloss because I thought it would hold up better. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I like the how shiny it is. But we're still talking about doing a water-based polyurethane over top of it too. So that would, you know, we would use a satin if we did that. That would maybe change the sheen a little bit. But here it goes. The dry brushing over the knots is really making them stand out, which is exactly what I wanted. Definitely a learning curve though. Okay, so here's sort of the process. Number one, have a really good paintbrush. This thing is shedding bristles like crazy. It's an okay brush, but it's not a great one. And then see, there's one right there. Make sure there's no lost dog hair. It's from shoes. I keep wetting the bottom of my shoes too much from here. Just barely dip. So just barely dip the very ends. And there's a dog hair of the brush in there. So it's a really dry brush. So that might be an Amy here. And then just really lightly go over it. You don't know where it's going to come up with heavier places and lighter places. And it kind of picks up the grains of the wood, which is exactly what I wanted to happen. I do like the way it's turning out. Again, barely dip. And I'm taking about 4 boards wide at a time, 3 or 4, and just going the whole length of the rim. Then if I'm not sure, I just kind of tap it on the paper towel. That one's going to be wetter. Start with the drier edge. See how it brings out the, can you see that? No, you can't. Brings out the blue green. It like really brings it out. battle to keep the cats and the dogs out of here. Okay, and then I move on down. Well, I'm nearing the end of this little project. Well, this part of this project anyway. What we did, we used 1x6 boards and Tim screwed them down actually, and then went back and kind of filled in. So you can sort of see the screws, but they don't stand out like as screw heads. We used latex paint. I used a latex primer and then a latex paint. It was called Charcoal Cashmere or Cashmere Charcoal. One or the other, I can't remember which. And then this is After the Rain. And I think this is the same paint that is on our kitchen cabinets. But anyway, learned a few things too. Get a really good brush. This thing, I thought it wasn't too bad, but I've got a dozen bristles that have come out of it that I've had to, you know, pull out of there and whatever. Keep the dogs and the cats off of it. That was a trial. And then it's more about where you stop with the brush. It's more about where you stop than where you start. So in other words, you know, I could lean it like far this way and it would start like I wanted it to, but then when I would stop, it would leave a little line. So a lot of those splotches that you see, which they don't bother me, I'm fine with it, but that came a lot from where I stopped with the brush rather than where I started, and I thought it would be the opposite, but surprise, it's not. So I'm just going to finish this up here. Started that, and then once the brush is really dry, I can just kind of brush over it pretty good. I really like the way it turned out for the most part. There's a few places that I feel like could have been better, but let me show it to you. Ugh, the glare. I'll get a better view when the glare isn't so great. So that's what the painted floor is looking like right now. We're probably going to do a water-based polyurethane on top of it, and I'll let you know what that looks like when we get done with that. Okay, so we have finished, Tim put it down, and I finished. We finished up the floors in our bedroom, and I really like the way that they turned out. We did decide to put water-based polyurethane for floors on it. There's 3 coats, and we're not a sponsor for anybody, but this was $10 cheaper than the mid-wax version of this Arcs Pro Finisher. I don't know, but I feel like it did a good job. I feel like we've got a good finish on here, and I'll just let you take a peek at it. Thanks for watching this episode of Making It Work. Please like and subscribe. That's the best way to help support us. Thanks.